Hello hockey fans and welcome to another episode of the Heat This Week. I'm your host Lauren Rempel. Brandon is on the road with the team this week. But on this week's show, we recap the game of the week, which saw the Heat snap an 8-game losing streak against the Utica Comets. There were some recent moves on the transaction wire, and we get to know a little more about the Heat players Corey Locke and Brady Lamb. You're watching the Heat This Week on Shaw TV. The Canucks affiliate, the Utica Comets, were in town this past weekend. Now, Utica came in leading the season series 6-2, but it was Friday night's 3-1 victory that snapped an 8-game losing streak for the Abbotsford Heat. Brandon Connolly scored his first AHL goal, and Olivier Waugh made 27 saves. And it's this week's Game of the Week.
This is the 9th meeting of the season. There's still 3 more to go after tonight in a massive 12-game season series between the Abbotsford Heat and the Utica Comets. Let's turn things over to the public address announcer, Steve Fanning, who will introduce tonight's national anthem singer here at the Abbotsford Entertainment and Sports Center. Thrown in front, and Grenier had a great chance, but he whiffed on it. And now Peltier's tip stopped by Olivier Waugh, and Breen shoots it off the glass and out of play, so the whistle sounds as the Comets get the game's first chance. Point to keep it in. The franchise to Reinhart. In front, Juris scores! Kane, the franchise, made a great pinch down the left wing. Found Reinhart behind the net. Quick pass to Juris in the slot, and he rips it by Eriksson. And the Heat are on the board. They lead it 1-0 in the defense. And now we have a fight behind the play. Friesen has dropped the gloves with Josh Juris. And they get up after they fall, and they're exchanging rights, and Friesen throws Juris down to the ice. Plays it up top for Smith. He'll fake a shot. LaFranchise in front, backdoor Reinhart! Stopped by Eriksson! What a save, diving to his left. Robs Max Reinhart of an empty net chance. Here's the replay, a great backdoor feed. Reinhart couldn't settle down the bouncing puck. Kicks it back to Street, now to Billens. Billens over to Street. Backdoor pass, Olsen's robbed by Eriksson, throws it in front, and Eriksson covers up. Oh my goodness, he is on fire. Olsen is absolutely robbed by Eriksson, and the puck was in the crease. Couple of opportunities, but Eriksson scrambles back to cover up. And Solveig saved a goal there. Keeps it off the goal line as Olsen had a follow-up chance. So Brett Olsen with a great opportunity. Side of the net. Face off against Smith. One-timer stopped. Rebound. Lock in front. Connolly scores! Brendan Connolly, his first goal in his AHL career. Scores into the empty net with 11 seconds to go, just as a penalty expired. They finally beat Eriksson in this second period. And it's a 2-0 Heat lead, and that's a keepsake puck for Brendan Connolly. Door Peltier in front, Grenier shot stopped by Waugh, rebound, and they score. Grenier banked it in, and the Comets are on the board. It's a power play goal, and now it's a 2-1 game. Grenier was initially stopped along the left post, threw it back in front, and looked like he banked it in off a body and behind Waugh. So a sense of relief for the Comets as Peltier made a nice cross-ice pass to Grenier. Stopped initially, threw it in front, and yeah, Ben Street puts it in with his right glove. Chance, 8 seconds to go. Corrado, one-timer, save, rebound behind the net. Breen pass stolen by Connolly. Olsen joins the rush. Here's Connolly looking for Olsen. Connolly shoots, stopped by Eriksson. 3:24 to go in this third period. Still 2-1 Heat, and Connolly nearly. There goes Eriksson. Extra attacker comes on. Smith has the puck to the empty net, and he scores! 200-foot shot from Derek Smith hits the heart of the open net, and the Heat can breathe a sigh of relief. Banks wins it back, and the buzzer sounds. The losing streaks are over. It's the Heat's first win since February 21st, a 3-1 final over the Utica Comets. Kiss goodbye the 8-game losing streak, and it's the Heat's first win in 7 games over these Utica Comets as they pile off the bench to congratulate their winning goaltender, Olivier Waugh, who ends a personal 5-game losing drought.
A night later, the Comets went on to win 3-1, pulling themselves ahead 7-3 in the season series. We're going to take a quick break. When we return, we'll hear from Heat forward Corey Locke in Player Profile. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Heat this week on Shaw TV. Welcome back to the show. Heat forward Corey Locke is a 6-time AHL All-Star, and he is the Hamilton Bulldogs' all-time leader in goals, assists, and points. Locke is in his first season with the Heat, and he's this week's Player Profile.
Well, Corey, what do you remember at an early age about the game of hockey?
I think I remember, since being from Toronto and, cold winters, I remember going out on the ponds and parks and that were frozen, and, just playing hockey with my dad and my brother, and, just kind of having fun. And I remember those memories kind of the most, to be honest with you.
You grew up in Toronto. Were you kind of forced to be a Leafs fan?
No, I wasn't forced, but I was a kind of a Leaf fan. I wasn't a diehard, but I always kind of cheered for them. Always wanted them to do well. But I think at a young age, I was just a hockey fan, and I loved watching hockey games, and I think I cheered for more players than I did for teams at that point.
What were your minor hockey playing days like? Were you always on a rep team, or were you kind of a late bloomer?
No, I played rep pretty early on, and made some great friendships with the guys that I'm still friends with to today. So, I was fortunate to play at a high level of hockey so young, and it's nice to have friends that you're still that you played with when you're like 6 years, 7, 8 years old.
From 2001 to 03, you played for the Ottawa 67s. Just talk about how that opportunity came about to play with a great coach like Brian Kilray in Ottawa.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to get drafted by Ottawa 67s, and I decided I wanted to play in the OHL, and going there to such a franchise that was well known at the time, obviously still is, but being coached by Brian Kilray, I learned so much, and I learned so much about how you have to play, night in, night out, and it really taught me a lot at a young age before I turned pro. And I lived with a great family out there. It was like a second home, and I couldn't have been happier. The route I chose of going to the Ottawa 67s and playing in the Ontario Hockey League.
And you tore it up with Ottawa, 312 career points in 186 games, CHL Player of the Year in 2003. I guess you couldn't imagine to have that type of success in your junior career when you first started.
No, not really. The first year I got hurt. I missed a lot of time, and but the second year, I was played a ton, and I played with great line mates and great players. And as Brian Kilray, taught me so much that year and played me in the right situations, and for me to succeed, and as well as the team, and all those accolades that you're named off, and obviously I couldn't have done that without the coaching staff, and for sure not the players. They were, obviously everything comes in hockey from your line mates and your teammates, and I got to give them a lot of accolades for what they helped me do.
So now you're in your 10th year pro, and you've won a lot of awards in the American Hockey League. Calder Cup's League MVP, you're the franchise leader in Bulldogs history in goals, assists, and points. Had a chance to play in the National Hockey League, and when you look back at the start of your career till now, just talk about the type of ride it's been.
Yeah, no, it's been a great ride. Obviously, 10 years pro is quite a long time, but I've enjoyed every moment of it, and being drafted by Montreal Canadiens was quite an honor. With their rich history and being able to play for the Hamilton Bulldogs. And I think what I look back on is the 2 Calder Cups. I was fortunate to win 2, one with Hamilton and one with Binghamton, and those obviously stick out, and I'll remember those for forever.
Out of those accolades, is it the Calder Cups with Hamilton and Binghamton that stand out?
Yeah, for sure. Those are the ones that stand out, and I think even more the Binghamton one. I was 23 when I won the first one, and winning a second one, you realize how hard it was. It kind of was a little bit of a blur the first time around, but the second time, how much effort and what it takes, and it was an awesome thrill. But obviously 2 championships is.
Well, Corey, you started this year in the AHL with the Chicago Wolves, but got traded to the Heat in the middle of January. How's the fit been for you overall here in Abbotsford?
I think it's been a great fit. I was really excited when I heard the news that I got traded here. I have a relationship with Troy Ward. We were together about 5 years ago when he was with the Houston Aeros and assistant coach there. So it was nice to come and be coached by him and taught by him again. And I already learned so much from him. And it's a great fit here. I think coming into a team where it's so young, you're trying to bring some leadership, but that room has a bunch of great guys, young kids that are very talented and work hard and want to learn, want to achieve, and want to do well, and you just want to be a part of it. So it's real special. I'm glad I'm here.
This has been a player profile with
Corey Locke.
It's been busy on the transaction wire for the Heat recently. They have signed forward Garnet Hathaway out of Brown University to an AHL contract. Now, Hathaway, who's from Maine, has played 31 games for Brown this year, registering 15 points in 41 penalty minutes. The Heat have also signed forward and Calgary native Kyle Ostrow out of the Colorado Eagles of the ECHL. This season, he has registered 63 points in 58 games and sits 3rd in the ECHL in scoring. Both players have joined the team on the road trip. And the Calgary Flames assigned Corbin Knight back to the Heat. Knight played 7 games with Calgary and scored his first career NHL goal against Anaheim. Time for one last break. When we return, we get to know defenseman Brady Lamb on Rapid Fire. You're watching the Heat this week on Shaw TV. Welcome back to the show. Heat defenseman and Calgary native Brady Lamb made his AHL debut back in 2012 and has since played 92 games in a Heat uniform. But his talents don't stop on the ice. It looks like he's quite the cook. Here he is in Rapid Fire.
Well, Brady, favorite musician of all time?
Biggie Smalls.
Hockey idol growing up?
Scott Stevens.
How long have you had the beard?
I don't even know anymore.
Highlight of your hockey career?
2011 national title.
Finish this sentence. Biggie, biggie, biggie.
Can't you see?
Favorite thing to do in the off season?
Just relax out of the cabin.
Favorite kind of junk food?
Chips.
Best road city to visit?
Charlotte.
Favorite fast food chain?
McDonald's.
Favorite sports team of all time?
Patriots.
What's the best thing you cook? What's the best thing in your repertoire, do you think?
I can do pretty much whatever you want. I just have to say lobster boil.
What's your favorite TV show of all time?
We'll go with Community.
Biggest jokester on the Heat?
Blair Jones.
And finally, Brady, if you can go to dinner with any 2 people in the world, past or present, who are they?
Biggie Smalls and Chad Billings.
This has been a Rapid Fire with
Brady Lamb.
That's it for this week's episode. The Heat begin a 6-game road trip where they will play in Hamilton, Toronto, and Utica. And next week, I'll be here again to break it all down. You're up to date. Thanks for watching. I'm Lauren Rumpel. See you next time.